Good morning, Miramar. Welcome to the show. I'm your host, Tamara G. As always, check us out on all of our social media. We are on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at City of Miramar. And with me today, we have our very own Commissioner Maxwell B. Chambers. He is here with some young people who are doing some amazing things in our community, and they're going to be doing some amazing things for our future as well. Let me introduce Isabella Verdesia. She is an English pre-law major. Catherine Mediton. I hope I pronounced that right. Mediton. She is a criminal justice and pre-law major. And we have Talia West, who is a political science and pre-law major. So pre-law is the way to go in 2025. They are all Florida International University students, and they're on the main campus. And they did something very special with our Commissioner Chambers. So, first of all, Commissioner Chambers, welcome back to the show.
Me again, and welcome. Good morning, Miramar.
Yes, good morning, Miramar. And so we're going to get into a little bit about what the students did, but Commissioner Chambers and how that background and how everything came about. But let's talk to the students a little bit. So we'll start with Isabella. Isabella, how did you get involved in this project where you guys ended up writing a story about our very own commissioner?
We all took a community writing course where we partnered with an organization called the Florida Immigrant Coalition. And our professor, Martha Gierchik, she grouped us, grouped the class of students randomly, and we ended up in a team together along with Diana Munoz, who couldn't be here today. And the four of us had to figure out who we were going to interview to write a blog post for Flick supporting the Florida Way campaign and their mission to kind of change the narrative of immigrants. And we had to brainstorm, and Talia had a connection with Commissioner Chambers, and she was able to get us an interview so that we can show how immigrants contribute economically and politically to our communities.
And so, Talia, that begs the question then, why Commissioner Chambers? I mean, I'm sure you know many other people who may or may not be immigrants or who could answer this question. Why Commissioner Chambers? What was it about him that you all wanted to write this story about him?
Been interning with Commissioner Coburn for the past year. So while interning with her, I've been seeing Commissioner Chambers in passing, and I've overheard that he was raised by a single mom. And I knew that I was in this class and that we had to write an article about an immigrant who has came from another country to America and their life story. So I thought it would have been interesting to write about him since he is immigrant from Jamaica. And on top of that, he is an elected official in Miramar. I thought it would go against the stigma that immigrants do not contribute to American society. So that's why I chose him.
Wow, that's awesome. And so, Catherine, you're now also on this writing team of four. How did you guys go about, getting Commissioner Chambers to open up? Because sometimes people don't like, and I'll talk to him about this. Sometimes they don't like to open up about, maybe things that have happened in their past or how they grew up. How did you guys get him to open up to you guys?
We came prepared to the interview with a list of over 30 questions to ask the commissioner regarding his early education, his family life, his goals, aspirations, obstacles, and challenges. But to be honest, when arriving to the interview, Commissioner Chambers was more than willing to be open and communicative and gave us truly so much information and understanding on his background that I don't even think we got through half of the questions because he was truly just so conversational, so humble, and so willing to speak to us about himself and the community that he's helped build in Miramar.
And so let's go to Commissioner Chambers now because, sometimes Commissioner Chambers, when people are asking you your life story and how you got involved in politics and how did you get to the place that you are now? Sometimes it's a little painful. Some people don't want to revisit that. Yet, as the students from FIU said, you were very open in sharing with them your journey. So, why did you decide to do this? Because again, you could have said no.
First, let me thank these wonderful young ladies, their teacher, and their entire classroom, or classmate, I should say. Oftentimes as a politician, you are very skeptical as to people want to come and talk to you, to interview you. And sometimes you're a bit, nervous or resistant. And, when they reach out to me, I'm like, okay, I could do it. I'll make some time. And there was no expectation. I didn't have any question. I don't know what the pre-question was. I didn't know what it was going to be. So I just um, make sure I was available and very candid. And it went down a very, what should I say, slippery slope, but it was very emotional. And given my experience with so many other nationals from different country or nationality, I just have to be completely open and just speak from my heart and just speak about my growing up and coming here and what I experienced with the Hispanic community, the Haitian community, and the different nationality that I experienced here in Miramar and throughout Miami over the years. So it was a good experience, and the outcome was truly a blessing because they have full control over writing their article, and they did a very great job. When I saw it, I was impressed. I was truly impressed, and even the pictures. They asked me for pictures. I didn't know what to give them, so I just sent them a whole bunch of pictures, and they went through and picked what they think would be appropriate and insert them into their article. I was impressed that they were so fascinated with my grandparents' portrait, and it turned out to be okay. So I'm truly grateful and thankful for the FIU, the teacher, and all the students, and along with the Florida Immigrant Coalition.
And speaking of that now, and I would be one to assume on this call right now that I'm probably the only person that does not have any type of immigrant background. Would that be true? What is your background, Isabella?
Well, both of my parents came from Cuba, so I was born here, but my entire family
It's Cuban.
are immigrants.
Okay, and Catherine?
Similarly, I am the firstborn daughter of two Hispanic immigrants from Cuba and Chile. So,
Okay, and Talia? Oh wait, you're going out there, Talia. What is
Sorry. My mom was born in Jamaica. My
Mhm.
dad was born in Puerto Rico.
Right. And then we have, of course, Commissioner Chambers, Jamaican background. So yes, I'm the one girl from Texas whose parents are African American. So I'm saying this because I think we're different here in South Florida because we do have the opportunity to be around all types of cultures and all types of people that are coming into South Florida. But we have to realize that a lot of the country does not have this. And this is truly an advantage. You get to meet different people and different cultures and, become friends with different people. They don't have that advantage or have that opportunity. And so therefore they may have and most of them do have a different view on what immigrants bring to this country. And so, with what you all are doing, I mean, we've got three pre-law students here, Commissioner Chambers. They are gonna, definitely make our future a lot better. But what would you say to someone who, hasn't grown up in South Florida? And I'm going to start with you, Talia, because again, this is a melting pot, but small town East Texas, where I'm from, was not. And I can tell you that.
Give advice to anyone who hasn't grown up in South Florida?
South Florida or a culture where they are sitting next to a Cuban and Chilean, a Cuban and Jamaicans, and a Jamaican and Puerto Rican. What would you say to someone on what immigrants bring? And I'm going to ask all of you this, what immigrants do bring to our country?
I would say mainly to just educate yourself. I think at times, I would really just say educate yourself about immigrants and other people. I mean, like, I know with my culture, it's different from everyone else's. And I really try to understand and appreciate many other different cultures. So I would say education, looking at news, just familiarizing yourself with different cultures and different perspectives.
Okay. What about you, Catherine?
I'd add on to what Talia was saying about educating ourselves, not only about the current state of our world, but also historically. I mean, I think I and maybe most of us have the perspective that we do because we have been educated on, the history of our country and the history of our individual nations and all the tumultuous histories that our ancestors have had to go through and brought us to the moment where we are today, living in this melting pot, this wonderful mixture of communities and people and experiences and cultures, which truly you don't get to have everywhere else. It is, like you said, it's a benefit. It's something that we are lucky to grow up with. Mm-hmm. And what I would say to the people who can't is look for it, travel, educate yourself, meet people, because you are living in your bubble, but the second that you step outside of that, that is not your entire world. There's so much more for this world, for people, from one another to offer. We cannot divide ourselves with invisible lines such as ethnicity and race.
Wow. Oh, she's already got a good argument there. I like that, Ms. Prelaw, Catherine. And what about you, Isabella? What would you say to someone who, has not been able to experience this?
Hello?
Yeah.
I completely agree with what Catherine and Talia said. I think it's super important that we have grown up around such different cultures. Like I've learned so much. There's so many traditions that have just blended, like especially like down here in South Florida, like the food, for example, like it's just all mixed together. And for people who can't experience that, like Catherine said, like I think it's so important to meet people from different cultures because you'll find they have different perspectives than you. And maybe they'll open your eyes to something that you never thought about before. Maybe they'll change your mind about a belief that you previously had. And especially, I feel immigrants, a lot of people forget the hard work that comes into coming into this country and the hard work that they have to build themselves up economically. And they don't have the advantages that people say that they do. A lot of them come from nothing and they build something amazing. And a lot of people forget that. And even though the three of us were all born here, we recognize the sacrifices that our parents made and their parents before them to come here and start a life.
Wow. And I'm going to end it with you, Commissioner Chambers, because as someone who is a commissioner for a city of 160,000, all different residents, all different ethnicities, all different cultures, how does this, I think we do a good job as the city because we have events that embrace everybody.
Yes, and with my experience and to have that different cultural diversity here where a lot of people have to pay money to travel to other countries to experience things in those countries. You can get that right here almost for free to some of our students in class experiencing someone from Haiti, someone from Cuba, someone from different nationality. It's a wonderful thing, and I'm so glad that my children get to experience that here because this country gives you a lot of things, and it's afforded for me to travel to different countries, different places. And I remember taking my daughter to Iceland for her 16th birthday. And when I got there and to meet people from East Africa, from South Africa, from Jamaica, and to be able to have that experience right there. And I'm like, oh, you're from Florida? Yeah, Miramar. It was cool for my daughter to see that and to experience that, And having someone like me who's been to Moscow and all that, it's such a great thing to be able to experience the different nationality, the different culture, and to relate, you know. And right here in Miramar, in South Florida on a whole, we have all of that right here. My early experience was with Haitian, Hispanic, um, people from South America, Central America, and it's Italy and so forth. So it's truly a blessing, and I'm truly grateful for that well-rounded uh, community of diversity.
Well, I know that people are going to be excited about reading the article. So where can they find it? I see it's here on miramarfl.gov. I see that. And is that where people can read more about the article written by our FIU students, Commissioner Chambers?
Yeah, and this article is out this month, so they will be able to pick up a copy of this newspaper right here at our city town center at different city facility and some businesses throughout the city of Miramar. So this paper will be out for quite a few months, and
Okay.
we want to encourage people to pick it up. It's a good read. I was quite surprised. It was very interesting. I'm so thankful for these students who spend their time putting it together. It was a lot, and I'm sure it could be a lot more. And they probably had to find time to cut it down. They did an excellent job. I heard their teacher was excited, was moved. I at some point in the interview, I find myself getting emotional, and I see that with some of the students too as well. It was very moving and touching because I just let myself go. And afterward, I felt like did I went too far? Did I say too much? It's I don't know what to say. I was blown away.
Well, I read the article and it is amazing. So it is out this month again. Thank you so much to our students from FIU for writing this for a class project. I hope you guys got an A, right?
Yes.
Awesome, awesome. All
And,
right.
and if I may say, I think the Florida Immigrant Coalition, they have it on their page. They did post the article as well. They put it out. So there is information on the Florida Immigrant Coalition link as well for someone want to go there and read it. It's there as well.
Sounds good. Thank you so much, Commissioner Maxwell B. Chambers. Thank you once again to Isabella Verdesia. She is an English pre-law major at FIU. Catherine Mitatin. She is also a criminal justice pre-law major. And finally, another pre-law major, Talia West. She's also a political science major, and they are the ones who wrote this article on our very own Commissioner Chambers. Check it out again, miramarfl.gov. Of course, the Immigrant Coalition link as well. You can go to their page and read it, but I read it. It was very good. For y'all not to be journalism majors, y'all did a great job. So
They
I'm
sure
looking at
did.
it, I'm looking at it journalistically, but no, you guys did a great job. And so thank you once again for showcasing our commissioner. And thank you for watching Good Morning Miramar. Until next time, I'm your host, Tamara G. See you.